Tonight, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office is searching for a truck that was stolen out of a movie theater parking lot. This happened at the AMC off Centennial Boulevard in Highlands Ranch. And 9 News reporter Rachel Krause joins us now. This truck owner says it's really not the vehicle we're talking about here. It's what that vehicle represents.
Yeah, Jenny, Colton Smith has owned this truck for the past 2 years. It's a black 2006 F-350 with firefighter plates and a brush guard on the front. But Colton says before it was his, it belonged to his dad, and he wants it back for the memories it holds.
This is his name piece off of his bunker coat that he would have on, Steve Smith.
It's been more than 2 years since Colton Smith lost his dad, Steve. He treasures every memory, every moment spent together.
I grew up with him running calls day and night, getting used to him running out the middle of the night, waking everyone up because someone needed help, and that's always the person I remembered him as, and the person I personally always wanted to be.
His dad was the fire marshal with the West Douglas County Fire Protection District, a job he loved right up until his final moments.
We were both coming home from power lines down call. I was driving us home in the truck. He was in the passenger seat. Drove home. He said he was proud of me, grabbed my hand after that, and I went out because there was a traffic cone that blew into the middle of the street, so I went to get that out of the way, and by the time I came back to the truck, he was gone. It's
been a tough 2 years for Colton and his family without Steve. One thing he's always kept close, his dad's beloved truck.
But the amount of memories I've had in that thing, just driving around.
Last Thursday, he went to the movies with his family in Highlands Ranch, coming outside to find his truck gone.
And I'm frantically just pressing the key fob, listening for a honk from that thing. Just like, oh, she's gone. I was just so angry and so sad at the same time.
A piece of his dad.
Awful, awful people doing that.
Just vanished.
It's just like, you're doing it for quick money, but you don't know who you took that car from.
Still, Colton's holding on to hope that his dad's stolen truck will turn up.
I have to be. It's just like, I don't want to think about that. It's already been chopped and gone. I'm just hoping that it's out there somewhere because I want my memories back.
Again, that truck is a black 2006 F-350. It has Colorado firefighter plates reading OJO 901, though someone could have removed those plates by now. If you see the truck or know anything that could help, call the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. Rachel Krause, 9 News.
An update tonight to a story we've been following all day. Tonight, police in southern Colorado have arrested a man they say killed one person and hurt 2 others in a shooting. Late tonight, the city of Alamosa says Henry Corral is now in custody. They tell us he shot 3 people at a hotel before trying to steal a car. 1 of those victims died. 2 others are seriously hurt. Police say this happened at 2 in the morning at the Sunset Inn. Alamosa's police chief says Corral crashed his car about 6 miles south of town after that shooting, tried to steal another car, and then couldn't, so he ran away. Again, he is in custody tonight. A campfire started a small wildfire today just southeast of Estes Park. This happened on Hell Canyon Road above Jellystone Park. Fire burned about an acre, half on private land, half on U.S. Forest Service land. Thankfully, it didn't threaten any buildings. There were no evacuations. But the Forest Service wants to find those campers who left that fire. Also tonight, we have learned it was a cigarette, people, come on, that caused a fire at Rocky Mountain Arsenal this weekend. Started yesterday near East 64th in Peoria. This is kind of the south side of the park. That fire was also small, about 12 to 15 acres, and firefighters were able to contain it pretty quickly. Crews out battling the Interlochen fire near Leadville say you should expect some more smoke in the sky the next few days. Firefighters are trying to make the containment line stronger on the northern end of that fire. They're also planning to clean up unburned areas over the next few days. Let's bring in Lauren Robinson now because we've got a story of heat this week for sure.
That's right. It's going to be a hot few days out there. We're not going to see any relief until maybe next weekend. Today we saw highs near 98 degrees at DIA. Boy, was it hot out there. We even saw some triple digits in some areas. 100 as the high in Greeley. We saw 101 down in Lamar. The high country was in the 70s and 80s, then more 90s this afternoon across the western slope. As we move into the next few days, we're going to be talking more about these heat advisories that are in place for Monday and Tuesday around Denver and then south from Colorado Springs Springs through Pueblo. These highs will be approaching triple digits with overnight lows in the middle to upper 60s. So we're just going to watch for some persistent heat over the next few days. Outside of that, we did see some very spotty but brief showers and storms across the western slope and into the high country. Some of those made their way into the Front Range. We saw a light shower near Denver, then a couple of light thunder showers near Fort Collins. Those are long gone, and then those lingering showers out west will continue to die out as we go through the rest of the evening. So coming up in my full 7-day forecast, we're going to talk more about this heat streak ahead and all of the advisories that come along with it, plus some scattered storms pushing into our forecast. All of that just ahead.
Made for a hot day downtown where Denver's LGBTQ community and allies all celebrated a milestone 50th year of Pride in Denver. This morning kicked off with a parade down Colfax, which did see a brief interruption from some pro-Palestinian protesters. 9 News reporter Janelle Fitch takes us downtown.
50 years of Pride.
A major milestone.
It's time to take the mask off. That's what it means to me.
From a collection of 50 people in Denver's Cheeseman Park in 1974 to a celebration with a very full downtown Denver, celebrating even bigger in 2024.
A very brave group of individuals came out and decided to exercise their right so their population could have more freedom, and they've carried it on for 50 years, and it's just elevating our awareness, and I think it's really important.
50 years of Pride looks like this: everyone being themselves, true, authentically, and all acceptance.
Organizers hope to top last year's party with not just the crowds, but nearly 300 parade entries and 15,000 marchers covering Denver streets with color.
Just kind of comes to show how much the world has changed and just become such a more welcoming and inviting place.
A world more welcoming, inviting, and loving.
I'm a mom, and I love everybody, and when your mom can't give you a hug, I'll be your mom and I'll give you a hug. Do you need a hug?
The Center on Colfax says Denver Pride is one of the largest LGBTQ+ gatherings in the region. 50 years of progress for 50 years of pride.
It's really amazing to be out here with a bunch of wonderful, supportive people celebrating the weekend and celebrating diversity.
That was Janelle Finch reporting, and as we mentioned, Denver Pride also dealt with some disruptions today. Pro-Palestinian protesters interrupting that Pride parade. Denver police say one person was arrested for assault on a peace officer while blocking the parade. Protesters then bypassed security checkpoints to enter into the festival itself, and a group went onto the main stage and addressed the crowd. Pride Fest organizers with the Center on Colfax say, hey, their history includes protests too, and they wanted to show the demonstrators some respect today.
It's a difficult subject, but the mission of the Center on Colfax is to engage, enrich, empower, and advance the LGBTQ community. And this whole celebration was born in protest. So while it's a difficult situation to try and manage, we respect the free speech rights of those who protested.
The interruption did delay some of the parade and some of the stage performances, but eventually protesters left and that festival continued as planned. Today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said military forces will now shift to Israel's northern border with Lebanon. Netanyahu says this means the war in its current stage will end, not overall, just in Rafah. He also said he's ready to make a partial deal with Hamas to return Israeli hostages. This comes as Israel launched dozens of attacks in Gaza overnight. Ahead of a trip to Washington, Israel's defense minister is reiterating the importance of Israel's relations with the U.S. This comes after Israeli officials accused the Biden administration of withholding weapons and ammunition. Israel's defense minister is expected to meet with U.S. senior officials this week. Tonight, Arkansas State Police are sharing more details about a mass shooting on Friday at a grocery store. 4 people were killed. Investigators say the shooter immediately engaged with people outside the store before going in and firing at customers and employees. And today, police are praising one of the victims in the shooting. They say 23-year-old Callie Weems helped someone who was hurt before getting shot herself. State police also say this shooting appears to be random.
There appears to be no personal connection to the shooter or any of the victims. He simply started engaging victims indiscriminately, just as targets of opportunity. It didn't appear that it was focused at any one person or focused at the entity of the Mad Butcher or anything like that. It was just a completely random, senseless act.
The shooter is now facing 4 counts of capital murder. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. And 10 people are hurt tonight after a mass shooting near downtown Columbus, Ohio. Police say this happened early in the morning. 1 person was seriously hurt, and the youngest victim is 16 years old. Tonight, no word on what led to that shooting, and police are still investigating. This week, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld a federal law that keeps domestic abusers from owning a gun. In an 8-1 ruling, the court rejected the argument by gun rights groups that the law violates the Second Amendment. Justice Clarence Thomas filed the only dissent, writing, "The decision puts the Second Amendment rights of others at risk."